You don't have to remove the crankshaft pulley to replace the timing belt on a Volvo D5. Almost every guide tells you it's a must. But there is another way, and it saved me the risk of damaging stubborn pulley bolts. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I replaced the Cambelt on a Volvo V70 D5, 120 kilowatts, while leaving the crank pulley in place. Let's get started. If you enjoy practical DIY repairs that save money and help keep your Volvo on the road, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. The first thing you'll notice are these two small bolts behind the crankshaft pulley. Remember them. We'll come back to them later because they're the key to the method I'm using in this video. For now, let's continue with the disassembly. We'll start by removing the upper timing belt cover. Normally, there should also be a bolt in the center securing the cover, but on this car it was missing. Fortunately, the cover was still held firmly in place by the plastic retaining clips, so it came off without any issues. To give ourselves a bit more working room, we relocated the power steering fluid reservoir. There's no need to disconnect any hoses. Next, we used a 14mm wrench to release the serpentine belt tensioner. With the tension relieved, the serpentine belt slided off easily. To gain access to the serpentine belt tensioner mounting bolts, we first had to remove the lower idler pulley using a 14mm wrench. To gain access to the upper mounting bolt, we first had to rotate the serpentine belt tensioner using a T60 Torx bit. Once the tensioner was fully compressed, we inserted a locking pin into the built-in locking hole to hold it in the released position. With the tensioner locked in the release position, we could finally access the mounting bolts. We then removed the two 10mm bolts securing the serpentine belt tensioner and lifted the entire tensioner assembly out of the engine bay. Remember these two bolts I pointed out at the beginning? This is where they become important. Most tutorials remove the entire crankshaft pulley, but by removing only these bolts, we can replace the timing belt without removing the pulley itself. It avoids dealing with a tight crankshaft bolt. Next, we rotated the engine clockwise, using the 30mm crankshaft bolt, until the camshaft timing mark was perfectly aligned. Because the original crankshaft timing mark is hidden behind the pulley, it is not visible. Since we are using a different approach in keeping the pulley in place, we made our own timing reference mark on the pulley before continuing. With the timing marks aligned, we released the tension from the cam belt. Using a 12mm socket, we rotated the tensioner to remove the tension from the timing belt. Once the tension was released, the belt became loose enough to be removed safely. At this stage, we also removed the idler pulley using a 12mm socket. Since we were replacing the complete timing belt kit, both the tensioner and idler pulley were replaced with new parts. Here you can see a self-trained professional giving a theoretical demonstration of how to remove the cam belt without taking off the crankshaft pulley. The idea is to carefully bend the belt around the crankshaft pulley and slide it out through the small gap between the engine and the pulley, which remains in place. As often happens in real life, putting the theoretical training into practice turned out to be a little more challenging than expected. The process was taking much longer than it should, so it was time for the self-taught mechanic to step in. After some patience, careful positioning, and a little extra effort, the cam belt was finally removed completely intact. Some mechanics recommend cutting the old belt off, but I prefer removing it carefully. Keeping the old belt intact gives you a better understanding of how it comes off and allows you to use the practice as a reference when installing the new one. After removing 7 water pump bolts, a few light taps were enough to break the seal and release the pump from the engine. During the removal process, around 4 liters of coolant drained out, what we collected using drain pans to avoid making a mess. Before installing the new water pump, the sealing surface on the engine block was thoroughly cleaned to remove any old gasket material and dirt. After installing the new seal, we fitted the new water pump into position and secured it with the original mounting bolts. When installing the new cam belt, the way you guide it through the gap between the engine and the crankshaft pulley is very important. You want to start feeding the belt onto the crankshaft pulley from the rear side of the engine and slowly work your way towards the front. At the same time, you need to use the twisting movement shown earlier in the video, carefully rotating the belt by hand to guide it around the pulley and through the narrow gap. Another important detail is making sure the teeth of the belt slide directly into the grooves of the crankshaft pulley. If the teeth are not aligned correctly, the belt will not twist and move into the correct position easily. Take your time with this step. The belt should move into place with controlled hand movements. Never force it, and avoid twisting or bending the cam belt excessively, as this can damage the belt structure. For the final check to make sure the cam belt is seated correctly, test it by hand. Push the belt down on one side and pull it up on the other side. The belt should be able to rotate smoothly by hand. When pulling up, it locks to the grooves. From this point on, the installation continues in the reverse order of the disassembly. When installing the cam belt tensioner, pay extra attention to its correct mounting position. The tensioner has to sit correctly against the designated locating point on the engine block. Make sure it is positioned exactly in place before tightening the mounting bolt. Before applying the final tension to the cam belt, we checked all timing marks one more time. Before moving on, we rotated the engine 2 full revolutions clockwise to make sure everything was seated correctly and that the timing marks remained perfectly aligned.
What is it?